If you're wanting to know how to track your Google rankings, there's tons of different tools out there, but over the last decade or so, I've whittled it down to one that I've found that works extremely well. It's extremely versatile but simple and has the ability to do a lot of things or just a few simple things if you want. So I'll kind of break down how this works here, but you can see along the left side here, well, first of all, this tool is called Pro Rank Tracker. I'll leave a link below where you can get signed up and all that good stuff. But there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on in here. I like to use the URL view, and that's going to break it down by website or by business, essentially. And we have a company here that we're doing some marketing for, specifically search engine optimization, which is typically why you would want to track your Google rankings. And you can see that there's a number of different things showing here. There's this G-local finder, and then just google.com. Of course, we've got all the terms and the rankings for right now, a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, and the search volume. And then we also have the trend, so we can open these up and see that this one dipped for a little bit, and we can see the trend over like a year or 6 months or 1 month. And that data is extremely helpful. I'll kind of show you one right now here. So now we can see a graph of how the rankings have changed over time. And like I was saying, you can change the amount of time. You can see the full history. So you can see that this term has just moved consistently from like position 20 up to like position 4, which is what we want to see when we're doing ongoing SEO work. For a specific term that we're targeting, we want to see the ranking continuously increase. And eventually it'll probably plateau at a certain point, right? Now, that is extremely helpful to take a look at like how a term has been changing over the long term, which you really need to know when you're doing SEO. But that's a lot of data if you're looking at tons of different terms and all these different graphs and trying to keep track of everything. So there's also these simple breakdowns as far as where your ranking's at today, a day ago, a week ago, and a month ago. And that will help you see the direction that things are headed in. So you can see both of these terms are headed up. This one moved down, but then, or moved up, but then down again. So it was 6 and then 5 and then 6 again. So we can see some fluctuation. Some of these, this one dropped off completely, commercial cleaning. And knowing that information is super helpful. So the value inside these boxes is how much the ranking has changed, and green is a positive change and red is a negative change. So this one dropped 10 spots, right? Dropped 86 spots. So meaning it's now, it was at position 15, now it's not even in the top 100. So it's comparing where this is compared to today. So we're down 10 spots from a week ago. We're down 6 spots from a month ago. So that just helps you quickly and easily see what's going on. And then you can also see the search volume. So obviously you want to be going after terms that have search traffic, right? It doesn't make sense to rank for a term if nobody's searching for it, because it's not going to do you any good. And you can see all these terms have a decent amount of search traffic, and when you're ranked for a whole bunch of these, then you start to accumulate enough traffic that, you know, you start getting some sales, right? And some consistent sales at that. Now, back to what I was showing you here where it says G-local finder versus Google. The google.com is actually the website rankings. And with a local business, there's going to be multiple things that you want to track. Not just where your website shows up, but also where you show up in the Google Maps rankings. And that's the G-local finder. G standing for Google Maps or whatever. Google local finder. So that helps you determine, you can see the icons are different here. There's like this circle right here, and then this one has the search icon in red. And when you hover over it, it'll tell you what it is. So this is local finder, and this one is organic. Now, just because we're not showing up in the website search results doesn't mean we're not going to be getting traffic and customers, because Google Maps in a local search result plays a big role in things, right? So this will help us determine where we're at in the website rankings as well as the search rankings. And you can check a whole bunch of different things too. So if we come over here, when we want to add a new website, we just go to this add wizard here. That's usually what I do, at least. And then you'll need to add a domain name, put in some keywords. I've just created some random example keywords here that aren't even real. And then you'll need to add a location, Phoenix, Arizona. And then you can see it's giving us a lot of options. We can choose iPhone, Android. We can do mobile, basically mobile first rather than desktop results. We can also search Yahoo, Bing. These are all very helpful if you want to see also where you're ranking on Google as well as Yahoo and Bing, or even YouTube, Amazon. And then you can track the snack pack, which is the 3-pack in Google. That's the Google Maps listings I was talking about, but I find it better to use this local finder because then you see the top 100 positions, so you can actually see, like, we're in position 6, but it would show nothing if we were just checking the 3-pack, because the 3-pack will either show if you're in position A, B, or C. And that's the top 3 results that show up in the Maps listings when you do a local search. Now, depending on what you add here and the keywords you put in here, when you click Save, it's going to add those in and then show you where you're at on each of those platforms, whether it be Yahoo, Bing, Google, YouTube, which is owned by Google, and even Amazon, right? And then you can see where you're at with things and then track over time in the long term using these trend graphs over here, as well as in the near short term when you're doing changes over the course of a week or a month. You can see, oh, we made a tweak to the Maps listing, and over this last month we've gained a few spots in the rankings. Perfect. That's what we wanted to see. Now let's go iterate and keep doing this over and over and over until we get to the very top, right? And that's essentially how you track your rankings on Google as well as other platforms. And if there's anything you did have questions about in terms of how to track your Google rankings, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there. If you're like most new business owners, you're probably struggling to get your online presence established, let alone get it to the point where it's bringing you a consistent flow of customers, right? So that's why I created this free course where I actually walk you step by step through the whole process of setting up your online presence. This is the same process we've been using for our clients for over a decade at one of my agencies. And essentially, I'm going to show you how to set up an SEO-friendly business name right from the get-go, how to develop your website really quickly and easily, how to set up your Google Maps listing, start getting some Google reviews, everything you need in order to have a substantial online presence where people can actually start finding you and purchasing your products or services. The best part is I'm going to show you how to do it in under a couple of hours, and all for less than 50 bucks. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below where you can get signed up today. Make sure to check this course out for free right now because I'm probably going to start charging for this at some point in the future. All right, I'll see you on the other side.